Hi guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to another exciting episode of Gusta's Reaction. And I'm so happy to be back. Wait, are you happy to be back? Yeah.
It feels like we haven't done this for like 10 years.
Yeah, it's been
We took
so
we took a long
long.
break. We
Yeah,
needed to take that break. So to
definitely.
refuel and re-energize. And we
Mm-hmm.
are so back.
Yeah,
So
we're
so back.
so back, guys. Thank you so much for all that you do for us here at Gusto TV
Thank you.
Africa. We see your, your opinion, your comments, your thoughts, everything. We see them all. Thank you so much, guys. And I hope you guys have been doing good. I hope you've been doing fine. And even though we've not been here on reactions to give our like blunt opinion on these issues, I'm sure you guys are still staying tuned to our news and then getting updated. Yeah. So without wasting, before even getting into the whole conversation, like how have you been? Way like how have you
Now I've been good actually just processing and living and just watching everything that's playing out,
been?
you know, especially in the Afrobeat scene as it
Yeah,
concerns us. So yeah, I'm quite hopeful that a lot of things are looking up. So I'm quite
yeah,
excited,
yeah.
regarding everything that's going to happen. Yeah.
That's nice. That's great for me. I'm just energized. I'm good. I'm fine. And then seeing like a lot of new stuff in the space, like the Afrobeat space, I'm like, okay, like you said, it feels like things are getting in shape, and
Yeah.
maybe we're just like getting it right already. Maybe just maybe, quote unquote. All right, guys. Once again, thank you so much. And then talking about new things, yeah. One person at the top of our conversation today is Seyi Vibes.
Yeah.
And then Seyi Vibes, we saw Seyi Vibes drop a new song on us, Pressure. And we're like, where you listen first? Like, where you listen? What was the first thing that came to mind?
The truth of the matter is I heard the song when it dropped at the
Mm-hmm.
time that it did drop,
Yeah.
and I instantly thought it was a hit. Like
Mm.
from the push to the snippets to just everything regarding the song. And of
Mm-hmm.
course now we're seeing that he had an all white party in
Yeah,
SA,
essay.
for the promotion and the push for that song
Mm-hmm.
as well. Initial thoughts was okay, straight banger.
Mm-hmm.
How he came out, how he actually teased the song, how he announces himself, or how
Yeah.
he announced
Mm-hmm.
himself. It's quite not very conventional, talking about an artist who has been in the cooler for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
The whole issue regarding the split from Dapper,
Dapper, yeah.
and all of a sudden announcement that he's going to be under the flagship of the Empire Group,
Mm-hmm.
which we now see a lot of support coming for him.
Yeah.
um, I would have loved the more expansive rollout of that song, because
Mm.
listening to the song is quite an
It's like
interesting
dope.
song,
Yeah,
like
it
really,
is actually.
yeah, like a hit song for me. And my first impression regarding the song was okay, straight banger.
Yeah.
And one thing again is how and what will the streets say? How will they
Mm-hmm.
respond to
Yeah.
the song? Being that the elements of the song, she literally sang in English.
Yeah, all
There
through.
was almost no Yoruba.
Like
And I'm like,
I was like
Losheyi, okay, okay.
It's
I
like
like
I'm not
that.
done. I have a lot to bring out.
So this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm
Mm,
guessing. There's been a lot of talk about him not being able to serve the foreign market.
yeah.
There's a new movement. There's a new flagship. There is a new label, the Empire Group.
Mhm.
Now he's trying as much as possible with everything I'm sensing and we are seeing
Mhm.
to position himself internationally or
Yeah.
globally.
Mhm.
So that whole talk of I'm Yorubanizing my sound,
Mhm.
maybe we should just trash that. That's what she is saying.
Mhm.
I'm very flexible. I can
Yeah.
write in proper English and I
Yeah.
can actually write
Deliver as well.
in Yoruba or any other dialect
Mhm.
as I seem,
Yeah.
to want to explore.
Mhm.
So for me, I'm quite excited about this record. I really like it.
I love it too.
The first time it came out, let me not lie, I didn't listen, because
Mm.
for me, I don't really like the
The
rush.
rush.
I try to
Yeah.
take my time.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
don't want
Same
to be
thing for me
bamboozled by
too.
what everybody else is
I feel like
saying.
when I listen at that point, is every other
Mm,
person's opinion that I will
opinion, good
listen with. I
clash.
won't be open minded when I
So
listen.
like
That's it.
2 days after the official release of
Mm-hmm.
the track, the the whole feeling started coming to me, like
Guilt.
okay,
Yeah.
let me listen to what this is about. Especially one time I went to computer village, and
Mhm.
everywhere I was just hearing pressure,
Pressure
pressure. I'm like, ah,
again.
this pressure is intense.
Like this
Okay,
guy is in
okay,
charge of
okay,
the streets.
okay. Let me now plug in my earphones and
Mhm.
listen well.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, like, it was really, really a straight hit. It is a straight hit, and of course,
Mhm.
what it's doing, in the charts is just a
Yeah.
testament to the fact that the streets have accepted the sound. It's
Yeah.
a really brilliant song, and I
Mhm.
just really want to see more coming from Loshe.
Definitely. For me, when I listen, I'm like, nice. Like this is actually really, really dope. And to think that when he, dropped the song, when I listened to it, I'm like, okay, yeah, we've seen that he sang, all through in English.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that his sound did not
No,
change.
no, no. Doesn't have to.
That sound did not change. Like it was still, you would still know that this is Seyi.
Right.
This is Seyi singing. This is Seyi vibes. This is him. So
Mm.
it's just like the old English was just, I love the fact that the conversation around the song is not that, oh, he's trying hard. On that track, it wasn't even. I
No.
don't even think it was trying. If it was flowing for
Yeah.
me, yeah,
It was
I just think
flexing.
it was so flexible. It was just flowing on the track. I'm like, okay, this is actually really dope, like really nice. And now the whole conversation about not being able to serve the foreign market, I'm sure that that one will be dying down now because man has actually proven to you guys that, you know what, I can do this. I can,
Right.
and it's quite
Right.
unique as well.
Right.
It's
Right.
not the regular. I feel like you would even have to listen very well to know that okay, he's actually speaking English. Do you get? That's for you to know
Welcome, I
that it's
see
not
ya.
trying to. It's not trying so hard to sound,
Yeah.
you know, westernized, if that's the
Yeah.
word. It's not
Yeah.
trying. That sound is still there. That like you would know that this person is a Nigerian, is African. So the style is there, the sound is there. It's just the language. That's just
Yeah.
it's just the language that is different, and it's actually really nice. Very, very, very cute. I love it. I don't know if you like it, but you already said you like it. But I
It's a
love it
great.
too.
It's a
It's
great
actually a
job.
great job, yeah. So now about the whole not being able to serve the foreign markets and stuff. When he actually dropped the song, there were like a lot of reactions, to it. And one that stood out to me was someone that said, "Oh, it seems like he's trying to copy Ashake," and I'm like, "Where's that coming from?"
The truth of the matter is, straight up, let's just even answer it. One thing that we cannot take away is the power of the fans to say how they feel or what they think.
Yeah, definitely.
Opinion should and will forever be respected.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever anybody says, that is,
That's how they feel or what they
you
think.
get.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you cannot change that. But one thing is, when an artist drops a record,
Mm-hmm.
especially a popular artist,
Yeah.
it's going to be met with a lot of criticism. And if there is a backstory or something that people have been saying or
Mm-hmm.
feeling, or if there's someone that sounds or looks
Looks
like
like.
this person,
Mm-hmm.
the comparison is just out in the open like that. And one thing that we have seen over time is this comparison between Ashake and
Yeah.
Shay
Hey,
Vibes.
vibe. Yeah.
They are both amazing artists,
Mm-hmm.
very unique in their own style and
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah.
There could be some argument that okay, oh, they both sound alike
Mm-hmm.
somehow, somewhat, but I don't really like to get into or dabble into that kind of conversation because I look at them like really, really separate artists.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you could pin a few things here and there, and then of course they are on the same flagship, still Empire
Yeah.
Music at
Empire.
the same time.
Yes.
So, but I don't believe that he's trying to be an Ashake
Mm-hmm.
so bad. Big respect to Ashake, big respect to what Ashake has been able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Came into the scene, changed the whole scenery, got a lot of people to like him, took the street by storm. Olamide held him by the hand, showed him the ropes. He's been able to learn, become a boy, become a man,
Mm-hmm.
and almost like being like, you know what, I've got enough balls to stand by myself
Yourself.
and be on
Yeah.
my own, which I feel that Shay Vibes is trying to do, to
Mm.
be by himself, be his own man. And he's been
Mm-hmm.
able to do that with Living Dapper. Although there were some toxic inferences to how he left, why he left,
Yeah.
and all of that. But is he trying to chart his own course? Evidently, we can see it. That is not to say that the comparison will not actually pop up. It
Mm-hmm.
will pop up, but I just do not see it. This is my own opinion. I just see Loshe as someone who is trying as much as possible to serve his audience a different, not like a different side of him, but something that they can be really, really proud of and
Mm-hmm.
hold.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to his body of work, which I know that definitely is cooking. Could be an EP, could be
Yeah,
an
it's an
album.
album.
But
Yeah,
one thing I'm looking forward to is the dynamism in that sound. We've seen glimpses of it with Children of Africa,
Africa. Yeah,
amazing songs, Mario Kart, um,
happy song.
Happy, Happy Song,
Shaolin.
Shaolin. I mean, he's been able to tell us that, yo, listen, I'm just giving you like an appetizer to what Loshe is all about and will be about in this new era.
Mm.
Remember, it's a new era, it's a
Yeah,
new
it
system.
is.
It's just like a player leaving a certain club to another club, different environment, and all
Yeah.
of that. You can see it even in his branding, it's quite evident.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, I'm not in that school of thought that will agree that he's trying to be an Ashake. So, but I want to believe that they are both different people and very unique in their own ways, and that is what the conversation should be about. I want to believe that we will need to get to a place where we have to stick with the artist. Comparisons will come, obviously you cannot change that. It's not
Yeah.
about even you, it's their opinion as well. They also have a say. But in my head, I'm looking at, okay, I don't see a Lushi trying to be Ashake. Ashake is in a different space right now. We don't even know what's up with him right
Yeah,
now because it's
definitely.
just a lot of tattoo, a lot of going to
But
the
just seeing going
gym,
to the gym
a lot of
exactly.
showing
We
up
don't know
and
who
showing
Ashake
out.
wants to go and beat now.
So for me, Loshe is all about delivering good music. I think it's a testament to the fact that he needs to prove to whoever he needs to
To
prove
prove
to that
to.
he's better.
Yeah.
He's doing it fine and even a lot better than he
Mm-hmm.
was doing it whilst he was with him, talking about that part.
Yeah.
Anyway, so so I don't see any type of copycat. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that both of them respect themselves, and I definitely, being too greedy, maybe I am going to wish that they both have a song together, or maybe like
I
a
wonder.
joint
Joint
project.
project.
That
Yeah,
would
I
be
wonder what that
astronomical.
would sound like though.
It would be dope.
It should
It
be.
would be
It really will
chaotic
be.
dope because both of them just going back and forth each other.
Yeah, I know,
But it
right?
would be really
It
nice.
would be really nice, honestly. It
Yes.
would be really nice. I mean, it would be really nice to actually see that too. But I think that the whole conversation about copying or no copying is, like you said, you've explained, like you even said the bulk of the whole conversation. So if you've mentioned it already, that like Ashake is also trying to be on his own, stand firm, and also, serve the foreign market. Same thing. So it's just, I feel like it's just coincidence that the both of them are actually chasing the same thing. So definitely fans will actually want to think that one person is copying the other
When you mean
person.
chasing the same thing, what do you mean by that?
I mean, they're both, like you said, they're both trying to stand on their own.
Oh,
That's
okay,
one.
okay. In that
In,
context,
in
yes,
that
yes.
context,
Okay.
and being, let's just even go straight, being Yoruba men, and people who started their career singing with their language, now they not have to start serving the global
Market.
market. They have to, they have to diversify, they have to be flexible at some point. So yeah, that's it. That's just that coincidence that, yeah, they're chasing the same thing at the same time. So I really would not also buy into the conversation of, oh, it's copying. It's just coincidence for me. I'll just say sheer coincidence.
We'll see.
That's it. Which is it. So now, still talking about songs here, about the songs to drop. We had one from Burna Boy. Ta 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 ta. Ta, 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 ta.
First
With
off,
Travis Scott.
first
So,
off,
oh yeah, let me just ask. Wait, relax,
okay,
relax your body, relax your soul, relax your spirit.
okay, okay.
Okay, so wait, what you thought on this particular song?
First off, I will say what I have to say
Yeah, what do you
before.
want to say?
I think I need to sue Burna Boy.
Oh, why?
I have a song called Tata.
Tata. His own is ta ta ta
Okay, his
ta
own is
ta
three
ta.
Tata.
His own is three. Your own is tata.
Guys, maybe I'll play that song for you guys one day on this stream, and then you guys can tell me exactly. I think I need to sue him because
Why?
I have a song called Tata.
His own is ta ta ta.
It just put another ta in front of it to be ta ta ta.
Now, if anybody will sue him, it should be Bayani.
I don't know who was in
Bayani
my
has ta
recording.
ta ta.
I don't know who was in my recording session at the time where I recorded that song. I think I have to now scan in my head the people that were in that session with me. Probably they sold the song to Burna. Anyways, it's a beautiful song that I have that you will hear sometime.
You
But
not even released it that you're saying.
that's not the danger of not releasing songs when you should
Okay.
have released your
You should have
song.
released it.
But that's by the way.
Okay.
I believe that Burna Boy is very much aware that he needs to drop a project that's possibly just outweigh some of the other
Other
projects that he
ones,
has.
yeah.
I feel a sense of responsibility to say this. I think he's under some type of pressure. However,
Okay.
however,
Okay.
it doesn't stop it doesn't stop the amazingness and the awesomeness that Burna Boy has to give and has to bring to the table,
Mm-hmm.
right? And a lot of people have had so many things to say about the records that he has dropped. The No Signs of Weakness album would definitely drop.
Mm-hmm.
We've been seeing a lot of singles coming out of it.
Yeah.
Um,
We've had updates. We had Sweet
Updates,
Love,
Sweet Love,
Bundle by
Bundle
Bundle,
by
and
Bundle,
now Ta Ta
now
Ta.
Ta Ta Ta.
So we have four.
4 records of
I think 16 or 17 tracks.
possibly,
Possibly. Because
yeah,
that's what most of them are doing now.
exactly. So let's even take all these singles that have been dropped,
Mm-hmm.
with the recent being Ta Ta Ta.
Mm.
Do people sense that Burna Boy is ready to rock and roll now?
That's so
Does
true.
he have his gloves on,
Mm.
actually debating and saying no signs of weakness with all the
I'm also thinking about it.
promotion
Yeah.
around it?
Mm-hmm.
However, this particular track is something that is very on brand for me, for
Mm.
Burna. Not like this is not his forte. I'm not saying that, but I see a lot of, you know what? I
Let
don't care about
me.
you guys right now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just trying to sing and enjoy myself. I'm
Mm.
gonna do whatever it is I want to do.
Do.
I'm not gonna force you to accept it.
Yeah.
You see what he's doing with the No Signs of Weakness TV,
Mm-hmm.
and say, I'm not gonna engage nobody. I'm gonna engage the people on No Signs of Weakness
Yeah.
TV, the right crowd, the
Mm-hmm.
right space, and everything. So
Yeah.
he's trying to shift away from whatever people would need to say.
Say.
So it's like whatever it is you're going to say when the project drops is not
Mm-hmm.
new to me.
New.
If you like, say trash. If you
Mm.
like, say it's good. I
Mm.
understand it now. I'm
Mm.
giving you guys 4 songs, something to think about, something to
Mm.
chew on. Are these his best songs? I do not know. I
Mm.
cannot say until I listen to the entirety of the
Yeah,
project. Are these songs that have been dropped good enough and sound like he's serious about dropping the proper album
album.
and that the street will accept it? I think so.
Mm.
However, how he's really gone about it might not have been the best way in terms of how he's really publicized this album, the
Mm-hmm.
whole is Burner. Now people are getting to really accept Burner for who he is, separate his personality from the music, because that's the only way you're going to enjoy a Burner Boy, in my opinion. This is
Mm-hmm.
just my opinion,
Yeah.
right? Ta 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 for me, it's a chill song. I've played it all over and all over again. I like
Mm.
it, and I want to believe that a lot of people like it.
Mm.
But I want to urge people to please, whatever it is that Burna Boy has done that's made you feel the way you felt about him, or to have an opinion about him, shelve
Um.
it and just enjoy the music, because I feel like this
Okay.
music, I think that it's a great song. I
Okay.
like it. I don't know about the mind of other people,
Mm.
but seeing that it has garnered some new streams,
Mm-hmm.
getting some type of a really interesting mileage,
Mm-hmm.
it just goes to show that okay,
Mm.
just maybe people are coming to terms with the new Burna
Okay,
Boy
just
sound.
maybe way is been bankrolled already
No, I'm not. There's nobody
because
bankrolling me. There's nobody bankrolling me. I'm just being very honest. I even have like bones to pick with Burna because he followed us and said some things on our page, and I'm like, Big Burna, what's up?
he said you put to stop posting him.
He said to us,
Stop
stop posting
posting
me.
me.
Bro, we love you,
Don't
Burna.
do.
No, I'm not being bankrolled. I'm just saying my piece though,
Mm.
but that's what I think. I think it's a great song. I think that the Travis Scott feature also gave the song a new lift,
Mm.
and Travis Scott has never failed on a collabo, especially with Afrobeat stars.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's a very very brilliant record, and it's something that has my spin every other time.
Oh, okay. For me, I don't know what to say. I don't know, but I rather not say too much about it
Mm.
because I want to believe that it's not that I want to believe. Yeah, reactions are actually like saying it. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people don't feel the way they feel about this
Why do you think you don't feel the same way that I feel?
because I feel like fans actually set. You know, when it comes to artists,
Mm.
their artistry, the projects that they put out, fans actually have like a standard. So it's just like saying that, okay, this bucket of water, if this person is coming to fill it up, that my standard is they will fill it to the brim.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when that person now comes to fill that bucket and it's not even up to half,
Mm-hmm.
and then at that point you're not even thinking about it might even have taken more effort to fill that bucket to that point that they filled it to, but because it's not full, whatever effort that was put into it, they're not even looking at it. So that's how I feel like about what fans are thinking of Burna Boy now. They've actually set a particular standard for Burna Boy. Like, if this man drops a song, it's always going to hit. It has to always hit. So on days or times when Burna Boy does not drop, an actual song that hits like that, they're like, oh no. Because when this song actually dropped, guy, like the reactions, the negatives were more than the positives. It was so
So
crazy.
this
Yeah.
is what I think, to just wrap up this conversation. I think that it is very dangerous for people to be stuck in the past.
Mm.
You cannot use somebody's past to judge your present.
So you're
I've
saying
often
that,
said it, that the growth thing is something that we need to actually imbibe.
see, I'm not saying that we cannot
They
imbibe
are
growth,
stuck in
but
the past. You can't you
I
can't
feel like
expect a
they
burner.
enjoy the past because maybe the substance they got from the music in the past
I
is,
will
is
always
even
use a
more.
Wizkid for an
Maybe
example.
it's even
You cannot
more.
compare Made in Lagos to Murayo. You cannot compare Superstar to
But
Murayo or Made in Lagos.
but
There
for
are
each of
times
those
and
albums that you've mentioned,
yes, please.
they're actually really great body of work.
So are you telling me that Burna Boy has not dropped great albums before?
It's dropped.
Things that won him the global recognition that he now
It's
parades
dropped.
about?
It's That's what I'm saying. It's
Grammy?
dropped. It's dropped.
Please
Now,
now, what are we saying
do you know
here?
what it means? Do you know what it means for fans to actually prefer your old body of works to the new ones you're dropping?
That's what I'm saying.
Is that
Stuck in the
growth?
past.
I don't think
Mm-mm.
it's been stuck in the past.
Stuck in the
I
past
think
is a
it's the
syndrome that
artist. I think it's the artist not living up to the expectations anymore. I think it's the artist actually probably now declining from the substance that it gives.
the truth of the matter is, whether or not you like it, there is a
Mhm.
new crop of listeners.
Okay.
There is a new fan base.
Okay.
There are people who are coming to terms with enjoying and seeing these artists perform at a different level.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot compare. It's almost over a decade they've been doing this.
Okay. So let's just
So
say
I
everybody's
cannot say,
doing
for example, that
Vibes and
okay,
Inshallah.
let me say this. If my father was here now live on this podcast and we're
Mhm.
talking about a Burner Boy, he
Mhm.
probably might not be able to say anything
Yeah, I know.
because he's like, okay, this is for the new age.
Mm-hmm.
But if you talk about the KSAs, you talk about the zingimatics of what's his name again now, Bright Chime's years,
Yeah.
talk about the Marleys, talk about the Lucky Dubes, talk
Mhm.
about the Quincy Joneses and all of that.
Yeah.
He'll be able to have things to say
Same.
because that belongs to his own age and time.
Okay.
There's a crop of new listeners who Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido, Rema now understand. It's like, yo, I'm singing Akbala before. That was what was trending. I cannot imagine for the life of me that Makosa becomes a trend in 2025. Maybe a refined way of singing Makosa, in my opinion, right? But times have changed and things have changed. People are also moving and evolving.
Okay.
Now, what I think would be the best way to approach this is to not jump away too much from the past, because people have that that sense of touching base with what has happened before. Is some type of nostalgia. That's the word I'm looking for. Now, to be able to find the balance between that and this will be the best way, and that's why they come up with an album so that they will be able to serve everybody. Gracie May has come out to say the album is cut across different things.
I was going to say that. I was
Yeah.
going to mention,
Yeah.
the whole hype that Gracie May has actually built around this album.
Yeah.
Now, looking at the four singles, the singles that Burna Boy has dropped,
Yes.
which we believe would be on the album.
Mhm.
Looking at those four singles, now, do you
Yeah.
think that the hype that she has built around this album, and then from the reactions that the latest single actually got, do you think that this hype is not already looking like a setup? Remember that I said that fans actually have standards that they set for their artist or for whoever it is they listen to. So now
Mhm.
she's built this hype so much with what she we explanation of what the album. looks like, or the body of work on it. When it drops ta 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 ta, I mean, I mean, fans were like, okay, but boy, this one is not what we
Who are
expect
the
from you.
fans? You see, let me say,
Or should we say ups? I saw a lot of reactions
yeah,
actually.
yeah,
A
I know
lot.
that.
You
I know
know
that.
too.
I
You
know that
know.
there were negative
There were a
reactions.
lot.
I'm
Like
not
a
saying
lot.
that there were no negative reactions.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be lying to say that.
Yes, now that's what I'm saying.
What I'm preaching and what I'm trying to drive into the
Mm-hmm.
heads of people who will care to listen is,
Okay.
yo, can you try as much as possible to listen with an open mind? You cannot expect a
That's
Poway
another
of
thing.
2021 to be a Poway of 2025.
Okay.
There's a growth
Yeah.
margin and it's
Yeah.
a wide gap. They have different experience. They travel to more countries. They've met
Mm-hmm.
more people.
Mm-hmm.
They've had more collaborations. They have more deals.
Mm-hmm.
And all these changes in time, seasons, behavioral patterns, experiences,
Mm-hmm.
it shapes you as a human being.
Yeah.
I cannot go into the studio now and be singing that even if I know I'm hungry, I still need money, that I need, like singing like a beggar, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's not my reality right now. It's like I'm living outside my reality. These
Mm-hmm.
guys are big ballers, and sometimes their music is more relaxed now. It's
Yeah.
more from a chill place.
Mm-hmm.
Like how he postures, Burna Boy postures is like, you know what? I don't have anything to prove to nobody again. Do you
Mm-hmm.
understand?
Yeah.
If he says now my time is up, I'm wrapping up my career,
Mm-hmm.
I think he should be able to stand and say I've done
I've
pretty
done
decent for
diligence.
myself.
Okay.
What's there again? He's a global artist,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is actually.
right? So for me, people will talk their talk, but I'm still holding on to the fact that I will give him a benefit of the doubt until I
Mm-hmm.
listen to the entire album.
Okay.
When you listen to an album, it's a different
Yeah,
experience
definitely.
than when you listen to one, two, three singles. It's just scattered all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But when you listen to an album and you understand I'm even hearing now that there's a surprise feature on the album. So I mean,
Mm.
there's a lot to look forward to.
Actually, so
So yeah,
let's just look forward to it. And the fact that Gracie May even already said that
yeah,
there's range, like that album
yeah.
has a range of
And Gracie May is somebody I
themes.
really respect. So she wouldn't want to come out to just. I know she's a Burna Boy fan
Yeah,
or
she's
anything,
literally even about
but
that.
I'm not going to say that she just wants to set up a Burna Boy, for example.
And
You
set
can't
up
come
in the
out.
context that
I
may I put
understand
it,
it.
if you
Yes,
get
I
not like
understand. No,
she's
no, no. I understand that it could be for a good
raised
reason.
expectations
Raise the expectations.
exactly.
Okay. Though my word would be for I don't see a Gracie May trying to throw Burna Boy under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
To say, oh, to come and be capping. I don't see her
Mm,
like that because
yeah,
I kind of
definitely.
respect,
Yeah,
her
yeah.
opinion as well
She's
too.
actually, an expert in that line. So for her to come out, and the fact that she already even said it that there's range, so definitely she must have. Okay, so okay, what I will enjoy, the other person might not enjoy it.
Right.
But the fact that there's like a lot of there's diverse sounds on the album, so definitely. What you enjoy, if you don't enjoy this one, you enjoy the next one. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe, just maybe,
Yeah.
fingers crossed,
Yeah,
the
we'll see.
album drops and we see what fans and ups and everybody will have to say about it. So yeah, that was actually a very long one about Burna Boy. It's actually really deep anytime we have to talk about Burna Boy because there's a lot to talk about. Now moving on, we had over the weekend was quite a lot that happened. We saw a chart where in the chart Davido had said that allegedly
Mm.
that he bought is they say it's not called a cyber truck, cyber beast.
Mm.
That it's a cyber beast. And then although we're like, okay. The white fans are still talking about that one, like, oh, bam. A video on the internet about the video meeting with the president.
Mm-hmm.
And like, and they're like, what's going on? How and this conversation, yeah, I wouldn't even want us to dwell too much on it because it's quite political, like
Mm-hmm.
very political.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was a particular reaction that stood out to me, and I'm going to read out to you. So now this person said, Davido and Cubana chief priest meeting with President Tinubu and his son was hailed as an iconic link-up. Yet, when Seyi Tinubu was seen interacting with Burna Boy at a club, the public was quick to condemn him. Hypocrites, plenty gone.
Right on to it. I mean, at the end of the day, people are going to talk their talk, and everybody's going to use whatever it is they see to be able to counter the next person.
Definitely.
So I don't really hold it against him. I mean, talking about what's his name,
MVV.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold it against you. It's your opinion. Quite sounds like a big take, but I mean, yes. At the end of the day, people are going to talk, and people are going to have their opinion, as you have had yours.
Yeah.
So I mean, Davido meeting with the president obviously is for a political move. I mean, it's very
It's
clear.
very clear.
And the person that is involved in all of that is Cubana Chief Priest, because I
Mm-hmm.
feel and I sense that he's going to run, for whatever it is for his
Mm-hmm.
constituency.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not the first time that Cubana Chief Priest have been laying in bed with APC members,
You
if we have
say
to
laying
say.
in bed. Oh, that figure was big is hard.
So I mean, at the end of the day, it's not surprising for me to see that.
Mhm.
Um, there were pictures of him kneeling for the vice president, Shetim
Shetima,
Kashima.
yeah.
Um, so it's a political move.
Mm-hmm.
It's a political move, and I'm just seeing David in the mix as somebody who's just there to support, his
Mm-hmm.
friend.
Yeah.
David has a lot of influence,
He definitely
and
does.
definitely will
He
be the
does. He
one
does
to
actually.
pull that move
Mm-hmm.
and to open up the doors of Also Rock to
Mm.
his friends.
Mm.
It's just like, I know my uncle is the PDP governor.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
know that
don't
I'm a PDP
worry.
card carry member,
But me,
but
don't
I'm going to
worry.
support you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see the video, if you see the pictures, everything that happened, with the meeting and the link up, he even
Mm-hmm.
said to the president, his excellency,
Mm-hmm.
Bola Tinubu,
Mm.
said to him, these are your people, oh.
Yeah, he said these are your
These
people.
are
He
your
actually
people. They are
said it.
your
They're your
people. They're
members.
your members. They
Mm-hmm.
delivered for you and all of that,
Yeah.
all of that. And of course, Cubana Chief Priest promising him that 2027 he was definitely going to get the support of everybody and is going to
Mm-hmm.
return as the president of Nigeria. I mean,
Yeah.
it's quite political, but of
It's
course,
actually political, but
yeah.
I don't want us to dwell too much on it.
But at the end of the day, for me, what I see and I sense is David trying to be a good guy for his friends.
Mm.
There's Seyi Tinubu in the picture. There's also what's his name?
Ubi Franklin.
Ubi
Yeah.
Franklin, who
Okay.
obviously, has intention to
Yeah,
run.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely. It
So
was so obvious though.
so I mean, at the end of the day, there's really nothing about it. It's just like,
Mm.
okay, I have big connects, I can open the doors for you to be able to get to
Mm.
where you should be. And I feel like that's a very, very strong inference of love, loyalty, and friendship.
Mm.
Because politics is so dirty that if I belong to a different party, I just do not want to mingle.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, like I said to people, don't get too emotional about politics because there's no permanent friends and no permanent enemies.
Mm.
That's how I see it.
That's
You know,
it. Talking about emotions. That's why I don't want us to dwell too much on it.
uh,
Because honestly, if these people pounce on you now, because what people had to say on the internet about Davido actually going to meet with the president. Oh, I used to say something. I feel like the women who come for me and probably call me a pick me, but I feel like women are not supposed to be in like a head position of power.
Why
They
is
should
that?
just be supporting. Like if there's going to be a president, let it be a man. Then supporting vice president. Do you know why? I feel like women like this now were more emotional than logical.
But
If you table a matter before a woman now, it is emotions first before logic.
whilst I agree with you, I don't entirely agree
Mm.
because I mean I've seen a lot of big organizations. I've seen a lot of really sensitive and critical
Mm-hmm.
parastatals, being held by women, and they
Mm-hmm.
did their bit. I think the narrative has to change from how we look at women. Yes, they're a bit emotional, but I can
Yeah.
tell you for a fact that if a woman says, "I'm feeling something,"
Mm-hmm.
there's an element, there's an
Yeah, I
80%
know.
chance of
It is. Those
sincere.
ones I
Is
get
the
it.
application of it and the way that women say it sometimes that
Mm-hmm.
could be misconstrued. Yeah,
That's
so that
it.
bit of emotional
That
balance, you
that's the
know
word,
yeah,
emotional balance.
but I mean women are great at what they do, and so
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see like some type of equality, although it's
Mm.
hard in this age and time, but
It's hard
hopefully
though.
we'll get there. Hopefully
Hopefully we get there. So
Yeah.
that's a political issue, eh? Hey! Hey! So then, moving on to another legend
Yeah.
in the Afrobeat industry.
Yeah.
That at some point, people were like, this man seems to be political. He seems he's doing some things. He's doing some things. That's Olamide. Olamide has promised us that, we'll get an album in June.
Mhm.
Let him not be like me or Kunda has been posting us for, I think it's like the second or third time that he's actually postponed the release date for his album.
Mm.
So Olamide has actually previewed another sound.
Mm.
And like I said, there's this trend now where an album is about to drop, then they first give us like 3 or 4, even almost 5 singles of the album first before they now finally drop the whole body of work. So now Olamide has actually previewed a new song. And then fans are like, okay, but have you actually heard it?
Trust me. I heard it the first
Mhm.
time. I breezed through it.
Mm.
I heard it the second time, kind of like breezed through it again because I was
Mhm.
stuck in between some things.
Mhm.
And I heard it today, and I'm like, Damn it. My first impression was, what the hell is this? It's so it's so Olamide like,
Mm-hmm.
it's so Idon Buruku like,
Mm-hmm.
that, like, you know what, you
Mm-hmm.
guys, I'm not your mate on
I'm
this
not sure,
level.
mate.
I
I
don't I don't need to I
do
don't
too
need to
much.
I don't want to say too much. I don't want to
Mm.
do too much. But the beat I'm going to do is going to let you know that you guys
Mm.
cannot test me.
Mm.
If I retire today
Mm.
and I come out of retirement again,
Again.
I'm still going to school you. So it's like he's. I see Olamide with that snippet in a in a mood that does not suggest trying to please anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Olamide is just making music
Just
for
having fun.
self-consumption and
Yeah.
enjoyment. He's
Mm-hmm.
not trying to please you.
It's not trying to give you.
The sound, the variations in that sound,
Mm-hmm.
the bounce. Okay, I'm done.
Say it's done,
I'm
but
waiting,
then there's
but
somebody
that's
that
dope.
there's someone that's saying something contrary to what you're saying.
Let me
They
hear
don't
it.
agree with you. So now King Baxi is saying Olamide previewed another tired jam. Same hold flows, same dry beats, man still chasing past glory with expired energy. If this is music, then silence deserves a Grammy.
If this is a take, then King Banksy or Banksy deserves a place in Kirikiri. Okay, I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that.
You know,
That's
when
a,
you were saying everything, I was just thinking that you like, but then King
thi-
Maxi here is like,
this a long stretch. Okay, anyways,
ah,
I don't feel the same way.
mm,
I respectfully King Banksy, I don't
mm-hmm,
feel the same way. I feel like I said, if you're listening to me and I know you can hear me, is
mm-hmm.
that the era that Olamide is in right now is not trying to please people like King
Yeah, I
Banksy.
don't think he's looking
He's
for any
not. He's not even looking
certification
for
or
what's all
Grammy.
that? What's all
He said,
that?
no, I
He's
think,
just. I understand what he meant by saying silence
yes,
deserves a Grammy,
mm-hmm,
but right now he's not like looking for anything. He's been there, done that, and he will
yeah,
remain one of the greats
yeah. I feel like
in
he's
the
just having
Hall of
fun.
Fame of Afrobeats.
He
Olamide
definitely.
will definitely be there. So for someone who's been able to get that level, achieve all that incredible result,
Mm-hmm.
I do not think that he's in the era of trying to please.
Yeah, like for me, I think he's having fun.
He's just having fun. And I believe that even when the entire album drops, people are going to chew on their words. If there's been anything negative that people have been
Mm.
parading about, you will respect him by force.
Oh,
You will respect
you
Olamide by
will
force.
respect him by
Hands up.
force. Hands up.
Mic drop.
Case closed. We're
Yeah.
done. We're done. I'll say anything again. So let's just hope that yeah, definitely when the whole body of work drops,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
actually banging like hitting. So now, guys, I hope you guys have like remained entertained throughout the whole conversation. But there's one more thing I want to ask you
Yep.
that I saw it was just very random. Yeah, I saw it on the internet where Kiss Daniel is about to drop his EP now, and
Lemon
then
Chase.
yeah, it's featured on Fola's Lost Year,
Yeah.
and then it now featured Fola on Titi. That's one
Yeah.
of the songs. Now I saw a particular reaction that said something. It was reported in the news. I was like, oh, do we have our opinion on it in the reactions? Where someone said that all these artists are milking Fola.
Mm.
What do you think about that?
When there is a new kid on the block that is popping and thumping,
Mm-hmm.
that will definitely be the case.
Mm,
The reason why salt no go attract ant be say no sweet,
mm,
but sugar go attract ant because everybody wants to taste, right?
mm-hmm,
Fola is the new sugar. He's the new kid on the block who's doing
mm-hmm,
amazing,
yeah.
and everybody will definitely want to try to tap him.
Mm-hmm.
Is just how it is. It cannot
Just
run
doing
from
his
me. I
thing.
remember when Ayomaf 2 came in and it was thumping.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody jumped on the Ayomaf parade.
Mm-hmm.
Give me another name. Um, there've been a lot of people who just broke into the scene. When
Yeah.
Rema 2 broke into the scene, became
Yeah,
the guy. When Odumodu broke
exactly.
into the scene, he became
Odumodu.
the guy.
Even
When
what's his name? Even when Young John
Young
started
John, when
coming
Charlie
back to
Poppy, all
mm-hmm.
of all these things. Charlie Poppy, for example, when he burst into the scene, people were like, oh, it's a different sound. I could use him on. When
Yeah.
Portable broke into, it
Ooh.
was almost the same thing.
Yeah.
So the whole milking, Fola understands that this is part of the
Yeah.
process, and for him, it is even good for his catalog. It's good for his person. It's good
Mm.
for his profile, And so I don't think that's a big deal. He's not complaining. He too needs all that collaboration to be able to get to the point where he needs to also get to. So it's a plus for him.
Maybe that just bothered. But I think that maybe fans are bothered about
There's
him not. Maybe he's not dropped like maybe an album or
Live
an
for La, Live
EP
for
or
La
something.
alone.
So that
He's in
like
good
so that
hands.
like drop something for us. Yeah, I was going to
He's
say
with
that.
Bella.
He's with Bella. I was
He's
going
with
to
Bella
say that
Shmurda.
too. That
So he's in good
I don't
hands.
even see him receding anytime soon. Like it's
He's
never
good.
going to happen.
He's good.
Because one thing that me I used to say is that when you blow up, when there's like no proper growth, that's when it might be a problem to maintain it. But I feel like Fola actually grew to that point.
Yeah.
Bella didn't just pick somebody random to just sign and then put in the spotlight. He's
Yeah.
actually grown. So I in my opinion, well, milking Fola, like you said, is in good hands. He's only someone that's actually not being properly managed, and people are just using and dumping. So I don't even think this is an issue of using and dumping like that. But I think it's what would they call it? It's a symbiotic relationship. Like
It's helping each other.
Yeah, it's
Right.
helping each other. So
Right.
that's just it. Thank you guys so much for all that you do for us here at Gossip TV Africa. We really appreciate you, and we hope that you guys have stayed entertained, like really entertained throughout the course of this conversation. Please don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms, and then tell a friend that this is where the OGs from the conversation is usually gotten from. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.